The boy Kirk Cousins, apparently on the quarterback show, talks about how he felt misled by the Falcons because the Falcons went and drafted Michael Penix after they signed him, and that he felt like if he knew that they was going to draft Michael Penix, he would have stayed in Minnesota. Now, Joel, I feel like some of the poor logic of that is if he had stayed in Minnesota, they would have drafted J.J. McCarthy. Like, I don't think this movie goes any differently for him necessarily, but this was my thought, and this is what I want to know if you had the same thought as me. Because I get on one hand why he would feel that way, but he had what I call the Drew Brees option.
Yeah.
How about you win your job? How about you play so well that they can't put the other guy in the game?
Man, but I mean, you know, I hear you on that, but you know how hard that is in the NFL, man. I mean, you know what I mean? If it's kind of like your argument that like if they want to fire you, they can find a reason to fire you. They can find a reason to play that rookie quarterback. Especially if you're Kirk Cousins.
Right, but I would contend on the other end, they did not put their rookie quarterback in there until they really had no other choice.
Right.
Like they gave it time. If he, you know, granted he was coming off the Achilles, but if he played well enough to keep his job, he would have kept his job at the very least in that year. And number two, you keeping your bread.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the money is for.
Right, that is what the money's for. I said this from the very beginning. When they drafted him, I don't know how good Michael Penix is going to be, okay? But let's say you thought that he was Patrick Mahomes. You know, Patrick Mahomes went with the number 10 pick in the draft, right? Like we're in that zone, right? Let's just say you thought he was him. I'm not saying he's him, but let's say you were super wild about him or in some fashion as the GM of the Falcons. You do not pass on, I see our quarterback of the future because we got some Kirk in the refrigerator at home.
I mean, bro, that's the thing. Like, if he's as good, if you're going to take a quarterback that early in the first round, like, you have got to think he's going to be good, and nothing should get in the way of him eventually getting on the field. Unless you've got, you know,
go out there and all I'm saying is go out there and ball. Yeah, like, you have the option of going out there and playing well.
Kirk Cousins has been in enough quarterback competitions and played enough ball to know that ain't, you know.
No. I think, and maybe this is one of those that it's informed by his own experience, but at the same time, he got the job over Robert Griffin, right?
That's
and by the way, that second time he got it was not the first time he really got the chance. He was given chances and it didn't work or whatever. I'm just saying, you can win the job by playing well, and he did not play well.
And it's interesting that you say it this way because in spite of the things that I've said, I remember when Michael Penix got drafted and I was mad. I was mad for Michael Penix. I'm like, the boy already 34 years old. Like, why should he have to wait? I just didn't want him to have to sit any more time. I thought that's like when you're like, okay, that's why I hate the draft, because that's not fair to a young guy's career. And I'm thinking, Kirk Cousins,
I disagreed. I thought that was perfect for him. He clearly needed the time because he wasn't really ready to play when they got him out there. He may be 100 years old, but he was not ready to play.
Yeah, I just was like, look, man, motherfucker almost ready for it. He's pension age.
Yeah, you know I hear you. Look here. I think better for him is to make money without getting hit.
That's okay. The way that I think about it, and maybe this is just like, you only get so many falls in your life as a football player. If you watch a fall go by, that's a football your life you will never get back. Like, and sitting on the bench is sort of like a form of death for an athlete, man. You know what I mean? If you're not going to play, you know, like, you only get so many years. And so I was like, well, man, he's going to have to sit out this year of Kirk Cousins probably. And then, you know, maybe the next year if Kirk Cousins is really good because they got to pay him all this money. But the thing that I did not think about through all this, I'm like, oh, but that's Kirk Cousins though. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's Kirk Cousins. I was like, oh, okay. He going to play eventually. My bad.
Yeah, I've not seen any argument that says that playing early is better for your long-term health of your career. To be fair, I don't know how many arguments there are that not playing early is good for your long-term career either. Like, I think it's a trick bag, but I think that so much goes into being an NFL quarterback that having 1 year where all you have to do is study and watch what's going on and learn what all the rhythms and machinations are of being a quarterback, I think that's probably good. Like, I think he was better off not playing than he was playing.
Well, for everybody but Kirk Cousins, it seemed it worked out. Like, that was an ideal situation.
I got a question for you. You think Kirk Cousins is going to be good enough to start for anybody this year? That, like, if he had gone somewhere else playing like he played, because after the middle of the year, he didn't have it. It started off early, and my brothers and sisters in Atlanta were embarrassing themselves. Remember that Kirko chains and all of that stuff? Like, y'all were making fools of yourselves, making fools of yourselves and the rest of us. It was terrible, right? But
my culture is not a costume, you know.
And it was, they was putting it all for him. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. But anyway, that man is 36 years old or something like that, coming off an Achilles tear. Come on, man, it's a wrap for that.
Well, I just kind of like, I mean, again, who am I to tell somebody to retire, right? Like, I mean, again, as I've said, you only get so many falls, you only get so many Sundays. But like, what else? If you just like being in the locker room, bro, which I totally understand, he can do that. But if his hope is to play, like, he may not even want that, because I would feel like he would get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he no longer can get away from the rush. He's not good. I mean, like, the only thing left for him is to get carried off the field.
Right. Look, Alex Smith kept playing.
Man,
never forget.
I mean, man, look, man. The thing is, you learn pretty quickly when you move up levels in football. It's like, man, some people will die for this shit, man. You know what I mean? Some people really need this, or they really want this in a way that is beyond sort of like my ability to think about it. And so, like, when you get to that level, and I mean, Kirk Cousins, man, I mean, he's had his success. So I totally get it, like, why he would want to keep doing it. But I also would just be like, hey, man, you made a lot of money, bro. Why don't you just, like, be an assistant coach or something?